preschool picture book. When Billy and Laura goes to preschool, every day becomes a super-duper adventure. This season, Billy's off on a wild jungle adventure. But can she escape the wriggly pink and purple python? What about her yummy bakery adventure? Will her magic pinkle dough ruin everything? When a critic loves, they love deeply, so they'll need both. The practical reader also loves, but for them, reading has to be for something. They need to learn something. The book has to have a purpose. It's nonfiction all the way, knowledge and meaning all the way.
Create your own boutique and create your own pizzeria. This inventive and interactive series for little entrepreneurs pushes the question, what do you want to be when you grow up, one step further. The books provide an introduction to business, design, and economics for tomorrow's business leaders. Readers choose a name for their boutique or restaurant, design the logo, decorate the premises, figure out pricing and profits, even what employees will wear. Both titles include lots of cool elements to draw, cut, and glue to keep things relevant, interesting, and visual. When they finish their work, readers complete a fashion catalog or the menu at the back of the books, show it to their friends, and open for business. Create your own boutique and create your own pizzeria by Gina Samba with illustrations by Marta Danza. Amelia Who Could Fly is a very special picture book that tells the story of Amelia Earhart as a young girl growing up and dreaming an unconventional dream. Filled with grace and joy, Amelia's early adventures show young readers that with hard work and imagination, their dreams might just be obtainable. Illustrations capture period details and the spirit of the times, while the biographical details and lyrical text make the story of Amelia Earhart accessible to today's youngest, knowledge-seeking, high-flying readers. Amelia Who Could Fly by Mara Del Corso with illustrations by Daniela Volpari. This is not a science book. It develops science, sketching, making, and coloring. From mapping out bones in the body, building amazing spinning rotocopters and brilliant brain puzzles, to monitoring the movements of the moon, to incredible optical illusions you can make yourself. The stimulating activities will get brains ticking and pens scribbling. Charming text plus fascinating illustrations ensures that this book will enthrall and entertain curious, practical children for hours. Remember though, this is not a science book. Or is it? You can find out for yourself mid-season. This is Not a Science Book by Clive Gifford with illustrations by Charlotte Milner.
Now, the hopelessly devoted reader sticks to the authors they like. They could have put Cordelia here too, right? Anyway, whatever they write, the hopelessly devoted reader reads it, which is fine, particularly if they're hopelessly devoted to Michelle Nelson-Schmidt, or to Jack Russell, Dog Detective, and pet vet authors Sally and Daryl Odgers. Because good news, Pup Patrol. Border Collie narrator Barnaby Station's stamp of approval, you can call him Stamp, is traveling around Australia with his owner, James. In the first book, Farm Rescue, a flash flood forces Stamp and James to take refuge with the Peppers. With the Peppers dog resting missing, the farm flooded, and a group of sheep stranded on an island, it's up to Stamp to prove himself and save the day. In Bush Rescue, Stamp and James are on the road again, and they've brought their new friend Ace along. When a pet cockatoo flies into their truck, James tries to find her owner. But there's a bushfire coming to the town of Jasper, and the local vet has his hands full with lots of lost pets. Maybe James, Stamp, and Ace can help. Lots of great writing, lots of great humor, lots of information about animal behavior, lots of information about Australia. What's not to be devoted to? Now, readers can belong to more than one category, and those categories can change over time. This next one isn't always my category, just sometimes. The book snob. Owning it. They have to be well written. They have to be well reviewed. They have to be good in capital letters. Not a problem. Star of Del Toro is award-winning, international best-selling master storyteller Emily Rhoda's new series, a page-turning, magical, and completely unexpected adventure. Strong female characters and contemporary themes including self-realization, courage, persistence, creative intelligence, and girl power make for 100% good, in capital letters, reading. In Book 1, Shadows of the Master, Britta has always wanted to be a trader like her father, but now his shamed family is in hiding and his ship, the Star of Dator, belongs to the powerful Rosalind fleet. But when Britta suddenly gets the chance to win back her future, she knows she has to take it, whatever the cost. In 2 Moons, Book 2 in the series, Britta is now aboard the Star of Dator with her 3 rivals for the Trader Rosalind apprenticeship. But nothing can prepare her for the terror that awaits her in the swamplands of the Isle of 2 Moons. Books 3 and 4 will follow in upcoming seasons. We say these 176-page novels are for ages 9 to 14, but share them with your cross-under readers too, which means read them yourself. You'll love them. Next, it's the why reader. Why? Well, usually it's a phase, thank goodness. But for them, Too Many Questions by Kathleen Dennis. Mouse was full of questions, all day, all night, everywhere, about everything. But no one had the answers, until finally a wise man explained. Mouse could find his own answers, because there's one place that has pretty much all the answers and all the questions: the library. Someone else with a lot of questions is the goal-oriented reader. They ask a lot of their reading material because they've got a lot to accomplish. If what they're accomplishing is becoming an astronaut, then we've got them covered with Astronaut Academy. There are classes for kids to attend as part of their training, including space pilot, space living, and space engineer. Each topic is explored in detail and accompanied by astronaut missions, including physical and mental challenges, as well as drawing and craft activities designed to mimic the skills involved in real-life training. There are also stickers, a poster, and a model space shuttle. Architect Academy gives kids the know-how to plan and draw all sorts of structures, from bridges and schools to parks and pyramids. Activities range from designing a residential street and the perfect park to learning some of the math skills used by architects, how to read floor plans, and the basics of interior design. The Architect Toolbag section contains all sorts of goodies, such as stickers to use when a challenge is completed, a pull-out poster, and press-out game cards. This one will be here mid-season. The opposite of the goal-oriented reader is probably the re-reader. They want what they already know and like. To them, old friends are the best, new ones, not so much. But variety is the spice of life, so maybe try Shine a Light Human Body and Secrets of Ethical Camouflage. Sort of old friends, but new and not very scary at the same time. Hold a light behind the pages, old, to see muscles flex, watch as food travels through the digestive system, and take a peek at the skeleton holding you upright, new. A hidden world of snow-covered Arctic foxes, tree trunk hiding owls, and perfectly camouflaged butterflies, new, will be revealed as you hold the pages to the light. Old, a perfect balance.
Balance. The What's Going On reader is looking for balance, for explanations, for mirroring, for solutions, for hope, for ways to write and draw their own stories. Introducing 2 picture books, Scribble and Author by Mary Lesham Pelly and Albert and Little Henry by Jez Alpero.
Hi everybody, my name is Mary Lesham Pelly and I'm an author and illustrator. I have published 13 children's books so far, and I am also the regional advisor of the SCBWI chapter in Israel. And I'm very excited to introduce to you my new book, Scribble and Author. This book is written as a dialogue between Scribble, which is a scribble, and the author who created her. The book begins like this. A color spot, some fancy lines, and here you are, Scribble. Scribble is walking in the path of story, passing through 3 gates. The gate of the beginning leads her to a peaceful shore. The gate of the middle leads her to a place of adventure and challenge. And the gate of the ending reveals an unexpected Surprise. And Scribble is not only interacting with the author by talking, but she can also use his drawing tools, which are photographs of real objects, such as pencil, brush, and papers. Scribble uses them in most creative ways. For example, when Scribble needs to cross the river of questions, she snaps a page out of the author's notebook, folds it into a paper boat, and sails across the river. So if you would like to know how Scribble succeeded to climb the mountain of challenge, or survive the slope of fears, or what does she do to the scary monster, read the book Scribble and Author and find out. Bye!
Hello, my name is Jez Alborough. I'm sitting here in my studio in London. I'm actually working on a brand new picture book here. There's all my pens. And of course I'm here to tell you about my picture book, which I have in my hands, Albert and Little Henry. Okay, so this is Albert. They're dogs, as you can see. This is his little brother Henry. Albert is a storyteller, like me actually. He loves telling stories, he loves making up stories and using his imagination. And he has a great relationship with his parents. They like to hear his stories, he likes to tell them. They've got a good thing going on. But of course, when little Henry comes along, everything changes. Parents have less time to hear Albert's stories. Problem, big problem. How does Albert feel? Well, you can imagine. There's all sorts of feelings start coming up. He wonders, what does his parents not love him anymore? So they love little Henry more than him. He's sad, he's angry. Most of all, he feels a bit lost. And like his importance, his place in his life is diminished. And I use a technique in the book to show that, which is I have Albert gradually shrinking in size. So visually I reflect a psychological condition in the images. And there's one to show you, you can look at it in your copies, which I presume you have there. Albert has become tiny. And the danger is, on the day of little Henry's christening party, he feels so lost and small and diminished, will he disappear altogether? So that's the basis of the story. I won't tell you how it ends. I hope you read it and enjoy it, and enjoy selling it for me. Thank you very much. Bye.
Readers will love to find out how Albert learns to feel big again, and it might just help to answer this particular "what's going on" question, at least for a little while. Look, in the end, and this is the end, this is what it's all about. Reading whatever you want to read, talking about whatever books you want to talk about, sharing whatever books need to be shared, selling what you love, helping people who need it. All kinds of readers, all kinds of books, all kinds of answers, all kinds of dreams. Thanks for listening. Please message me or email me if you have questions. Also, please find Kane Miller and me on Facebook, Twitter,